I'm gonna tell you something that still messes with my head, something I can't rationalize, can't explain away, no matter how hard I try. And trust me, I've tried. Because I'm not the kind of guy who believes in ghosts or miracles or any of that supernatural stuff. I believe in what I can see, what I can touch, what makes logical sense. But what happened to me in Afghanistan in 2011, there's no logic to it, none. My mom died while I was deployed. That part makes sense. People die. It's sad, it's painful, but it happens. But 3 weeks after she died, she saved my life. Let me explain. My name is Marcus Johnson. People call me Reaper. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, East Side. Grew up in the Brewster Douglas projects off 7 Mile. My mom, Lorraine Johnson, raised me and my 2 sisters by herself. My dad left when I was 4, just walked out, never came back. So it was just mom. She worked 2 jobs my entire childhood. Cafeteria worker at Henry Ford Hospital during the day, cleaned offices downtown at night. We barely saw her, but we always had food, always had a roof. She made sure of that. Mom had this unshakable faith in God, went to church every Sunday, prayed every night, kept a Bible on the kitchen table. Me, I didn't see it. I saw her working herself to death while drug dealers drove Cadillacs. I saw good people get shot. Where was God in that? By 16, I was angry, getting in fights, running with guys headed nowhere good. One night, Mom sat me down in our kitchen. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Baby, you got 2 paths. One leads to prison or a grave, the other leads out. You're smart enough to know which one to pick." 2 weeks after I turned 18, I joined the Army. Did basic training, airborne school, ranger school, made it through all of it. Became an Army Ranger, best decision I ever made. By 2011, I'd been in for 14 years, staff sergeant, team leader, 32 years old, 4 deployments, Iraq twice, Afghanistan twice. I'd seen combat, real combat, lost friends, good men blown apart by IEDs. And somewhere through all that death and chaos, I became even more certain there was no God, because if there was, why would he allow it? It was just randomness. Wrong place, wrong time, nothing more. My mom and I talked about it when I'd call home. She'd ask if I was praying, I'd say no, she'd say she was praying for me. I appreciated it, but I didn't believe it mattered. Then March 2011, everything changed. March 19th, I was at FOB Lindsay in Kandahar province. My platoon leader called me into the command center. He said, "Reaper, sit down. We got a Red Cross message. It's your mother. She had a stroke. She's at Detroit receiving hospital. It's bad." 48 hours later, I got the second call. She was gone. Massive stroke. My sister Keisha was with her, held her hand, but I wasn't there. I was 7,000 miles away and my mom died without me. They got me emergency leave for the funeral. I flew home, took 32 hours. The funeral was March 26th at New Bethel Baptist Church. The place was packed, 200 people. Mom knew everybody, helped everybody. I wore my dress uniform, sat in the front row with my sisters, listened to people talk about her faith, her strength, her love. I didn't cry during the service, just sat there numb. At the burial, they lowered her into the ground at Elmwood Cemetery. That's when it really hit me. She was gone, the strongest person I'd ever known. Gone. After the funeral, people said things like she's in a better place and God needed another angel. I wanted to scream, God needed her, what about us? But I didn't say anything. 7 days later, I flew back to Afghanistan. When I got back to FOB Lindsay on April 2nd, I didn't want to talk about it. I just wanted to work, stay busy. For 2 weeks, I ran missions every day, didn't think, didn't feel, just moved. Then April 18th, everything changed. We had a routine supply run, drive down Highway 1 to FOB Paseb, pick up supplies, come back. We'd done it 100 times. 6 of us were going, me, 3 specialists, a corporal and Sergeant First Class Kirkland, our vehicle commander. 2 MRAPs, those big armored trucks built to survive IED blasts. We were rolling out at 1400 hours, 2 p.m. That morning at 13:30, 30 minutes before we were supposed to leave, I was loading gear when someone yelled my name. "Johnson, you got mail." Specialist Ortiz handed me a letter, standard white envelope, handwritten. I looked at it and my heart stopped. The handwriting was my mom's. I just stood there staring at it. I looked at the postmark, March 15, 2011. 4 days before her stroke, 10 days before she died. Mail to Afghanistan takes weeks sometimes, over a month, but the timing. My hands were shaking. I walked behind a barrier, sat down, opened it. Inside was notebook paper, her handwriting, blue ink. I read it. My dearest Marcus, I hope this finds you safe. I've been praying for you every day, baby. I wanted to write because I had a dream last night, so vivid, so real. I saw you in a vehicle on a road, desert on both sides, and I felt this overwhelming fear, this terrible dread. I saw danger, baby. I can't explain it better than that. Danger on a road. I don't know what it means, maybe it's just me worrying, but I've learned to trust my feelings. So I'm asking you, please, if you ever feel like something isn't right, if you have a bad feeling about a mission or a road, trust your gut. Take the long way home if you have to. Promise me, Marcus, take the long way home. I love you more than words can say. All my love. Mama. I read it 3 times. She'd written this a month ago, before she died, and it arrived today, an hour before a mission. Take the long way home. I heard Sergeant Kirkland yelling, Reaper, we're rolling in 5. I folded the letter, put it in my pocket, walked back. Kirkland was doing final checks on his MRAP. I walked up, said, Sarge, I got a bad feeling about Highway 1. He stopped. What kind of bad feeling? I said, I think we should take Route Silver instead. Route Silver was the alternate route, longer, added 90 minutes to the trip. He said, Reaper, that's gonna add 2 hours round trip, command won't like it. I pulled out the letter, handed it to him. He read it, looked at the postmark, looked at me. He said, when did you get this? I said, 10 minutes ago. He was quiet, then he said, all right, we take Route Silver, I'll call it in. We rolled out at 14:15, took Route Silver. Rough roads, unpaved sections, passed through villages, kids waving, normal life. Took 2.5 hours to reach Passab instead of the usual hour 15. We loaded supplies, 45 minutes, then headed back, same route. Halfway home, Kirkland's voice came over the radio. All victors be advised, IED strike on Highway 1, details to follow. My stomach dropped. A few minutes later, strike confirmed, Highway 1, VBIED, vehicle-borne IED, multiple casualties, time of strike 15-20 hours. 15-20 hours, 3:20 p.m. If we'd taken Highway 1 like planned, we'd have been there exactly then. We got back to base at 17:45. Lieutenant Hoskins called me and Kirkland into the command center. He said, good call on Route Silver. He pulled up a satellite image, massive blast crater 30 feet wide. He said, VBIED, car packed with explosives, hit a convoy from 1st Infantry, 3 killed, 5 wounded. He paused, same vehicles you were in, MRAPs, blast that size that close, they didn't stand a chance. He looked at me, if you'd taken Highway 1, you'd have been in that exact spot at that exact time. Silence. He said, what made you change the route? I handed him the letter. He read it, his expression changed. This is from your mother. Yes, sir. She wrote this March 15th, before she died. Yes, sir. And you got it today, 30 minutes before you rolled out. Yes, sir. Nobody spoke. Finally he said, Reaper, I'm not a religious man, but this is beyond coincidence. He handed the letter back, you should keep that, that's special. I said, I plan to, sir. That night I lay in my bunk, reading the letter again. Take the long way home. She'd known a dream, she said, she saw danger on a road. She'd written me before she died, and it arrived exactly when I needed it. The odds impossible. But it happened. Maybe there were things that couldn't be explained by logic, by science. Maybe love was one of them. Maybe a mother's love didn't stop when the heart stopped beating. Maybe it found a way. I finished my deployment in August, came home. I went to Mom's grave at Elmwood Cemetery, brought yellow roses, her favorite. I sat in the grass and talked to her. I said, hey Mama, I'm home, I made it. I told her about the letter, the mission, the IED, how she saved my life. I don't know how you knew, but you saved me, Mama. Me and 5 other guys were alive because of you. My voice broke. I'm sorry I wasn't there when you needed me. I'm sorry I didn't say I love you enough. I wiped my eyes. But I want you to know I heard you, I listened. I took the long way home and I'm safe, I'm gonna be okay. For the first time since she died, I felt peace. I still have the letter, it's framed on my wall in my house in Michigan. I'm out of the army now, retired in 2018 after 21 years. I work as a contractor, training law enforcement. I still don't go to church every Sunday, I still have questions. But I can't deny what happened. My mother mailed me a letter before she died. It took over a month to reach me, and it arrived exactly when I needed it, 1 hour before a mission that would have killed me and 5 other men. Some people call it coincidence. I call it love. Because my mom loved me, and that love didn't stop when she took her last breath. It found a way to reach me, to protect me, to bring me home. Take the long way home, she said. And I did. And I'm alive because of it. So yeah, I don't have all the answers. I don't know if there's a God or heaven or any of that. But I know this. Love is real. Love is powerful. And a mother's love for her child, that doesn't die. It doesn't end. It finds a way.